This is Umar for BoxNation. I'm joined by a sponsored Eddie Hearn in Dolce & Gabbana.
This is an old one. Wait till you see Saturday night. We picked it up this morning from Beverly Hills. Differently.
You know, people used to banter you about your whole D&G thing, but you actually put in your story something's happening?
Yeah, but like, what happens as you get a little bit older, you couldn't give a fuck. So, like, I put it on. I can't tell you how comfortable this is. And, you know, people might come to me, oh, I don't know, what about your shirt? I go, yeah, it's unbelievable. I feel unbelievable. Wait till Saturday night. You'll see you've got the arms on.
Yeah, of course.
And I can't wait. Tonight's going to be wild, by the way. Like, half nervous about tonight because obviously we've got a show and 3 actually really good fights, media workouts as well, and things are really starting to pick up now ahead of a massive show on Saturday.
Absolutely. What Riyadh Season keep doing is keep giving us 50-50 fights throughout each card. And we've seen that in Riyadh, but now we're seeing it in America, September 21st in London, and the whole event is just going global. Do you feel like Riyadh Season as a movement is becoming really recognised within boxing and sport?
I mean, it's crazy, really, isn't it? Because, you know, when we first started, you know, working with His Excellency and Queensbury and Gold Star and everybody, Riyadh Season was Riyadh. I mean, we never thought we would be involved with Riyadh Season events in Los Angeles and London. Yeah. And it's actually it's like they have these crazy ideas, but they're actually really smart with it as well. You know, it's not just like, that's random. At first you think it's random, then you think about the actual business of it. You think about the Riyadh Season brand, the fact that this movement of boxing is going global. Riyadh Season is being promoted on a global level, and the shows are incredible. Like, no promoter in the world can individually put on the kind of shows that they're putting on. So to be involved with it in any level is an honour. And obviously this week, you know, we got a bit more on our plate, but it's just incredible. Like, it's so refreshing for the sport. I think the card is incredible from top to bottom. All the events this week are incredible. And yeah, just an amazing time for boxing.
From your conversations with His Excellency, is the ambition to come back to America frequently?
I think he will. I think, you know, like, you're going to have, I don't know, 20,000 people there on Saturday. You're going to have close to 100,000 on September 21st. His Excellency kind of breeds off, like, the buzz. Do you know what I mean? And the buzz on Saturday, the buzz all this week, the buzz at Wembley is going to be unbelievable. And I think he's going to love it.
So first Terence Crawford, then Jared Anderson. Who are you going to have a party with now? Maybe Pitbull?
No, I don't think he's got. I mean, I don't know. Miller, like, we're always a bit hot and cold. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't like the beef with Terence. It weren't really beef. We just like to fuck around with each other.
Jared seems like he's got to be in a bonnet with you.
Yeah, he definitely. But that wasn't expected. With Terence, I actually thought I'm going to just wind him up a little bit here. But with Jared, that was completely out of the expected. You know, I watched him spar in Florida a couple of weeks ago. He's a really, really good heavyweight. I just quite rate Martin Bakole, and I think it's a 50-50 fight. And you know the video I did with His Excellency saying, oh, you've made a mistake here, you know, Bakole's dangerous. He just come straight up to me. He went, no, I heard what you said. I said, mate, I'm a promoter. And I do think it's a 50-50 fight because I don't know enough about Jared Anderson. I said to him in the interview, I said, if you're the real deal, you'll win. And if you're not, you won't.
Do you think Bakole stops him?
I don't know enough about Jared Anderson. Like, you know, I know a lot of people that really know their boxing, fighters and people within the game who rate him very highly. And they wouldn't say that if he weren't really good. But he's never boxed at that level before. And I don't even think Bakole's an elite heavyweight. I just think he's a top 15, probably a top 10 guy. And I think it's a brilliant fight. It's probably one of the fights on the card that I'm looking forward to the most.
Are you going to have a bet with Jared?
Don't need to have a bet, do I? Well, I don't need to have a bet.
Well, he keeps like saying, oh, if you're about it, put the money up.
Don't need the money.
So if I had to push you for a prediction on that fight?
I'll go with Jared Anderson because younger, fresher, you know. But again, you know, we've seen time and time again, like, Jared likes to, you know, he likes to trade. He's exciting in these fights, and you know, I think a lot of this fight depends on Martin Bakole. How fit is he? How much does he want it? Because I think Jared's got a lot of heart. I think he'll dig deep, but I think it's a very dangerous fight.
And the other heavyweight fight, you going for Andy Ruiz?
Yeah, I go for Andy, but again, that comes down to a little bit about desire as well. I think Jarrell comes in this fight hungrier than he's ever gone into a fight, especially as he's lost 40 pounds. And Andy like made his money, been up and down, been inactive. Once you get it to 7 or 8 rounds and you got Jarrell Miller slobbering all over you, how much do you want it? Do you know what I mean? But I do expect him to come through.
Do you think either of them might box Joshua one day? Like a Ruiz trilogy?
Who knows, mate? Who knows? I mean, AJ would fight anybody. Like he'd be happy to fight Ruiz again. He'd always wanted to fight Jarrell Miller, you know, but obviously Jarrell Miller lost to Dubois, Joshua's fighting Dubois, who knows, anything could happen.
I'm just thinking after the Dubois fight, you obviously want to see the Fury fight, maybe the Usyk trilogy. After
but
that...
I mean, how many fight, like, you know, I mean, he's not going to be around forever. Like, who knows? 3 more, 5 more, 6 more. So, I mean, so the main plan at the moment is obviously beat Daniel Dubois on September the 21st and then fight for the undisputed against the Usyk Fury winner.
I know you say that, but under Ben Davison, he seems rejuvenated, he seems like a new man, so I don't know if he's got 4 or 5 years left in him.
No, I don't think 4 or 5 years, no. But who knows? I mean, he's in the form of his life, he's loving his boxing, he's very happy, so whilst that's the case, carry on going. But, you know, I would, part of me would love to see AJ beat Daniel Dubois and then fight the winner of Usyk Fury twice. And, you know, if you won those, imagine winning those and then calling it a day. That would be fucking unbelievable.
Aren't you walking away soon?
What, me? I don't know, man. What else am I going to do?
Yeah, but I remember you saying a few years ago, 4 or 5 more years, I'm off into the sunset.
I've always said to myself mentally, when I get to 50, I'm done.
How old are you?
45. But, I don't know. It's like anything. If you love something, you don't want to leave. What? It's all very well saying I've had enough. It's unbelievable aggravation. It's a game full of slags.
Do you think Riyadh Season's input into boxing has given you a new lease of life?
100%. Because it's given me the opportunity to work with new people. You know, I know it's a bit strange saying it, but I kind of almost in a way treasure the relationship with Queensberry and Spencer Brown. Like, I've never really worked with anyone before, in all honesty. It's always been us against the world. And it's actually quite refreshing to sit down with people and actually work with people for the benefit of the sport and your business and your fighters. And, you know, that's definitely, I definitely am more excited and fresher than I've ever felt in the game, probably. Like apart from back in like the days where I did not have a clue and it was frotch and we were just blagging life, you know. Like now I'm enjoying it, and you know, His Excellency's energy is very invigorating.
So basically what you're saying, when you're 90 years old like Bob Arum, you'll be back here on the pier,
Santa
Santa Monica.
But then if it's in your heart, if it makes you happy, why leave? That's what we say. You know, we talk about AJ. I mean, it's a bit different because it's physical, you know. But for me, it's hard, you know, to just. I'd miss it. I think if I walked away from the business, I'd be at shows every week. I love it. It's my life. It's my entire life, boxing. You know, so yeah, you know, I even find myself now when I don't have a show on a weekend, which is quite unusual. I'm watching, you know, and I'm sometimes going to shows.
Well, let me ask you about the weekend show with Chisora Joyce. Thoughts?
Yeah, good entertaining fight. You know, I think a good old school heavyweight ding dong. 2 fighters that, you know, are past their best, but it doesn't really matter. It's very entertaining. Del showed, as he always showed, tremendous heart. You know, Joe, he's limited, but he's exciting. And, you know, I was pleased to see Del get the win.
Right, let me just do my... Frank has said that, in terms of Johnny Fisher, he's happy to do either the Del Boy fight or the Moses Alma fight.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when people say about, oh, Johnny Fisher's ducking Moses Atomo, not at all.
Who says that?
No, but some of you read it, you know, like, I mean, one, we've never discussed the fight. 2, there are 2 heavyweight prospects from London that both have the potential to go deep in the game. Now, I think they can fight at British title level, they can fight at European title level, maybe they can fight at Fringe World title level, but right now, we're getting Johnny the experience, we're selling out arenas in London, and I think the Moses Itomo fight is inevitable. It has to be. Like, we're a young British heavyweight. He wants to win British titles. He wants to win Commonwealth, European titles. It's going to be moving at exactly the same speed as Moses. So, you know, Moses obviously has a lot more experience than Johnny all round, but it's a great fight. You know, Moses is very good, very skillful.
What did you think of the Wack fight?
Yeah, look, Wack was a great opponent 3 or 4 years ago, but you've still got to do that to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's shot to pieces, but you've still got to do that to him. He can hang around. I mean, when he fought, who did he fight? Fraser Clark? What was that, 2 years ago or a year ago?
No, When was that Fraser Clark fight? About 7 or 8 months ago.
I think it was a lot more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean the Fabio Wardley fight was about 6-7 months ago.
A year ago then?
Yeah. He's a little bit fresh. He was a little bit fresher then, but still, Fraser couldn't do that. And Moses' movement's very impressive. Punches very hard. He's going to be he's going to be a world-class heavyweight, no doubt about that.
Lastly, you're back in Uzbek power, Israil Madrimov to pull off a shock. This is giving me Canelo Bivol vibes.
Yeah. I mean, look, like, you're always going to see me back my guy. Sometimes in my head, they've got a little bit of a chance. Sometimes they've got a big chance. And I view this one as a big chance. We know what we're up against. Crawford's unbelievable, but you're very, they're from the same school, really, as Bivol. That same kind of team, that same mindset. They won't be overawed, and they're full of quality. And, no one expected Bivol to beat Canelo in the style that he did. So, big task ahead, but Israel's live, he's strong, he's game, he's in his prime, he punches very hard, and he's ready.
I'm going to clip this out. Sum up in 20 seconds why Madrimov beats Crawford.
I mean, it's hard to stand here and sort of tell you that Madrimov's going to beat Crawford. I believe he can beat him. I think his movement, his pedigree, his power, his strength, his chin, all of those things. But you are taking on a pound-for-pound great in Terence Crawford. But I think this is the toughest fight of Terence Crawford's career so far, and it would not surprise me at all if Madrimov won this fight. Underdog, yes, well in it and well up for it.
Thank you, Eddie.